Alright guys, today we're going to be going over an Ops-Core Amp helmet install on a TEAM Wendy EXFIL LTP with rails that are the 2.0 series or versions. I'm using some Unity Tactical Platform adapters for this. The earpro comes with adapters already made for the Ops-Core helmets, but because the TEAM Wendy has a different rail system, you have to have a different way of attaching the earpro to the helmet itself. Now, this isn't a ballistic helmet. This is a bump helmet. I use it a lot in static line jumps, working on helos or underneath helos. And I've also worn it while I've gone shooting. It's been a great helmet. It fits really well. But basically, what I like about this communication headset is it's a connectorized version. So basically what that means is it doesn't have a downlink cable that's permanently fixed. You can take it apart, which is really cool. So for my uses, it doesn't always have to be attached to the helmet. Now, as you can see here, I have the Ops-Core Amp helmet rail mount kit. This is the part that's going to attach to the helmet as well as the earpro itself. It swivels around, it opens up, it's really comfortable. And I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a bit gimmicky when I first saw it, but now that I've had the experience with it and I've worn it quite a few times, I found it to be actually really reliable. I would highly recommend, if you're going to be shooting indoors, that you wear a second set of earplugs underneath the earpro. But all in all, this has been great. I've had Peltors. I also have had Howard Leats that I've put on here using a Uni Tactical Mark One kit. That worked really well. So if 1,800 bucks is way out of your price range, honestly, you get $50 for the Howard Leats, and you can have that electronic ear pro and then have those helmet adapters for another 50 bucks, and for $100 you've got a helmet mounted system, which is pretty nice. It's not as you know, professional, I guess, as something like this, but it is still something that's a viable option for most people. Now, as you can see here, it's really simple. You put that adapter kit into that rail system there, you pull the screw out, screw it back in, and that's where it's going to stay. Something to be mindful of, because it is rotating, does open out, that sometimes sand and debris can get in there. So I highly recommend, once you're, if you do buy the system and you're out and you're doing things, make sure you take it apart, clean it, make sure that no grit, grime, anything gets in there over a period of time. I also put Loctite down on the screws as I was putting it onto the helmet, just to give it some extra security attaching to my helmet. Another thing I like about the system here is you don't have to destroy the headset like you would with Peltors. You'd have to actually like cut the Peltor headband apart. This, as you can see, has Velcro, and you're able to literally just snap it apart, and you get to keep your headband. So you can transfer it from the helmet back to the headband, back and forth. So you're not always going to be in situations, especially if you're just shooting recreationally or what have you, where you want to be wearing a bump helmet or ballistic helmet. There might be times where you just throw it on over your hat and you're good to go. So that's another reason I really like this. It's no permanent damage to your gear. Now, take your time putting this together. I'm going to be honest with you, this is the first time I messed with this system, so I had to watch a few videos myself, just seeing how the system worked. I was afraid to like push on the arms too much. I was worried I was going to break it. Literally, you can go ahead and put some oomph behind it, and it moves it either forward or backwards. And they also pop out, and you'll see it here in a minute in the video, but it does have a lot of positions that it can change and kind of adapt to the situation you need. The biggest issue I ran into with the system was trying to get that cable management under control, as far as there's little hooks that you can hook onto the top of the ear pro with, or the arms, excuse me. But that being said, whichever way you're rotating it can actually cause that wire to become impinged, and I was worried about it fraying or becoming damaged. So later in the video, I actually just took it off and didn't mess with it. I just stored it underneath my helmet cover, and that has worked fine. But I also attached those back again, and just in a different orientation. Find what works best for you. Like I said, this is just a video, quick breakdown, unboxing, and install of what the system is. You've got different swivel points here. They expand. This also pops out or comes out a little bit further if you need to adjust it further down onto your head to get more coverage over your ears. Don't be afraid to manipulate the system. Make sure that you get it into the position you need it to. What I liked about this, as you can see here, is it pops out, which is pretty nice. It's relieving. So like Peltors and some of the other helmet adapters, sometimes like the Unity Mark ones, would actually just stay compressed to my ears. until I rotate them out of position. Or pelletors, they click into place, sometimes they would click out. What I like about these is they're pretty sturdy. I haven't had any issues. I've been in helicopters and, like I said, shooting with them, and there's been no issues. Also, if you're wearing glasses, extremely comfortable, like, or ballistic glasses, making sure that there's like not a lot of pressure that builds up over the day. I wore these quite a few times with glasses on and haven't had any headaches, any problems whatsoever with that. Now, getting back to the price, like I said, it's gonna be $1,800. That's if you're getting the push to talk, the downlink cables, all of that. If you don't need all that, it's still gonna be roughly around a grand for the connectorized version, and I believe it's around $700 for the traditional version or with the downlink cable already attached and built in there. So it's really up to you. But if you have spent money on Pelletors and you are in the market for a newer set, I highly recommend it. And one of the biggest things that I can give advice on is people get things that look cool, but when it comes to functionality, it doesn't always hit the mark. So far, these have been great. Like I said, the modularity, being able to transfer from my helmet back to a headband has been fantastic. It's quick, doesn't take very much time. I'm not damaging any gear. It's just a really good option, especially if you're very serious about shooting or anything like that. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully this answered some questions for you. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to hit me down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.